Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Dumpster Fire podcast. Today, I'm here joined by my co-host Billy.
You
say something, Billy. It's your cue.
Oh, I gotta still acknowledge this intro. Hey guys, I'm Billy. I've been on every episode besides one.
Blaine.
What's going on, guys?
And our new co-host Heath.
What's up?
All right.
Whoa. Well, there's something that needs to be talked about here. Why'd you say new co-host?
Because we've done 4 of these episodes, and he wasn't in 1, 2, or 3. And since this is his first one, I'm assuming he's going to be in some other ones. Maybe he's a new one. That's kind of how these things work.
Well, intro man, I actually got some problems. I usually do every week. Are you snoring right now? Are we doing this?
Oh, sorry. You started saying something. I went to sleep. Or you
Hensley,
said...
just give me a second. I'll give you a proper introduction. You can get your shine. You can speak to the viewers.
Thank you.
Very good public speaker, by the way. I've heard Hensley speak publicly a lot before. So, anyway, some problems with that intro, Mikey. One, it's been the same intro for four episodes.
Yeah.
Same intro, Blaine?
Yeah.
Right? 4 episodes.
Well, actually, he
Mikey.
changed it up. He did change it up.
He changed it up a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
He said my name today.
No,
Well,
not even
that was the only thing.
He switched us, because I'm usually the first one he introduces.
Well, that is
because
true.
and if you remember in episode 2, I think, or the one
We
before,
scrapped that one. That run.
there was one where he was crying, like, I should be first because, and then he started crying. So that's
that
why,
was 3. You don't even know the episodes. But anyway, intro, man. So back to my beef with the intro. Didn't feel the energy, Mikey. I don't know if it was because you lost your Destiny 2 raid. I don't know. Didn't feel the...
No, it's because I had somebody call me 4 times in the middle of a Destiny 2 raid.
We're not going to bring our personal lives into this podcast, Mikey.
This podcast literally includes our personal lives. We're telling personal
Mikey,
stories.
Slow your roll. Anyway, second, you said Hensley's new co-host. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with saying Hensley's new co-host. But the delivery that you said it in made it sound like we replaced Aiden. Which, by the way, guys, Aiden is not here today. And our intro man didn't even acknowledge the fact that Aiden is not here.
Boring.
So, Aiden, if you watch this, I'm so sorry. By the way, guys, our co-host, Aiden, that's been loyal to us since day one, is not going to be able to make it to this podcast.
Bro, Mikey, shut up for like 5 seconds.
Nah, seriously, bro.
And I think that outburst is perfect timing to introduce our new co-host, which I think is going to be my favorite co-host because he already has a
But he's
beef
not
with the intro
replacing
man
Aiden,
too.
buddy. Don't forget that. He's not replacing Aiden. Because the one that made the complaint.
Yeah, all right. Heath is here.
Heath is here. It's the rival Heath.
Introduce
Heath,
yourself, Heath.
Yeah, go
Introduce
ahead.
yourself. Say whatever you want to.
Spotlight
My
first.
name is Heath. People call me Henny.
Somebody calls him that.
Something that's interesting about this is we all sit at lunch senior year of high school, and we talked about this podcast every day. And they decided not to tell me about it. So I was talking to Mikey one day, and he dropped the bomb that, oh, we're doing the podcast. Okay, where was my invite? So then this man had the audacity to look at me and say, let me talk to our leader. What? But other than being stabbed in the back, I'm a preacher. I have no tolerance for Mikey.
You're gonna go
None
over
for
it.
him either.
But he's a cool dude at the same time, except for when he skips out when he's supposed to go to the movies with us. Bum.
That was because we're trying to do a podcast episode and it didn't happen. So
Yep.
But I'm honored to finally be on the podcast, the Dumpster Fire podcast.
this is his last episode. Everybody just.
We are.
Yep.
He is
I
honored.
probably should have said special guest. Because like when I say new co-host, it makes you seem like
That's enough
it'd
for
be a
you.
lot longer.
That's enough from you,
Okay, sorry.
you bozo.
Bozo.
Anyway, Hensley is honored to be here. Well,
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here as well. So
yeah, very glad to have Hensley here. As he mentioned, he is a preacher. Earlier, I was talking about hearing Hensley speak in public. That's what I was referring to, but for some reason I didn't want. I figured Hensley should be the one to say that he is a preacher. He actually does preach. Tore the house down that day. Really killed it on the sermon. But that's what I was referring to. Now Hensley,
Yes.
we did talk about this at lunch. He is not making anything up. We did talk about this in the lunchroom.
I don't recall it. Like I
don't know if you were even there. I thought you were,
I could have been. I have a horrible memory.
but I
probably
know
weren't even
I know
supposed to
the
be part of
people
this.
that was on
I made it.
deck with it at first was mainly just me. It's actually funny because it was just me, Aiden, and Hensley that first talked about it. And Blaine didn't really say much about it at first. And then I remember, of course, like whenever we first started, Blaine said, "Hey Billy, if I do a podcast, would you do it with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure, man. That sounds cool." And then
We picked up Aiden along the way.
I was like, Aiden said, "Yeah, man, let's do it." And Aiden was serious about it. And Mike came out of nowhere. But
And
anyway,
they needed a comic relief, so they picked me up.
yeah, you're really good to laugh at. Anyway, so not once did I actually think, or actually, I'm not gonna say not once. I actually did think about picking up Hensley. Actually, fuck.
So, one thing I do like, because I would have done it if I would have known about it, or I probably did, but I just forgot. But I hear it. But so what I like about Henny being on here is that what are you doing, Mikey?
Bro,
Oh, sorry.
there's no way that Destiny 2 has been out for like 15 years and you are going that hard on it.
Bro, I'm in a raid right now, bro. I've been
Listen.
at this for 4 hours now.
I was mainly just rambling, but I promise it was going
The same
somewhere.
mission too. Just want y'all to know that. I've been doing
No
the
one
same
cares
mission for
about
4
Destiny
hours
2.
now.
Anyways, I was rambling there for a second. I promise it was going somewhere. But no, Blaine, I wasn't talking about Mikey going hard on the game. I think Heath caught it whenever I said it. We're going to probably have to edit that out.
I heard.
What is it? So I can acknowledge it and tell Dakota.
You got it, Billy.
Well, then you're going to have to edit it out again.
Yeah, we're gonna edit this whole.
I said his last name. Because I'm
Okay.
so used to calling him
You've
by
been
his
saying
last
my
name.
last name this whole time.
Me?
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh.
Because that's all I call him by.
yeah. My Facebook's on public. It's fine. That's why I was kind of wondering if y'all were gonna call me Henny or Hensley.
Well, see, I'm just so used to calling you that.
What is your?
Yeah,
last name?
Mikey
Is it
called
Tinsley?
me. Mikey
Yeah.
called me
That's his last name.
I
Hensley.
always called you Heath. I've called you
Yeah.
Heath. I didn't call you Hensley. I've always called you Heath.
You called me Henny.
I always call
Oh,
you Hensley.
probably. But like, if I'm ever like talking
Yeah,
to
me
you, like, yo, what's up, Henny? But if I'm ever talking to you, I'll say like, yo, Heath.
So that's
Yeah.
that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to break, I guess. Because I mean, if
Well-
we are editing out, it's already like 6 times. But
You could either all call me Hensley. You can all call me Heath. I don't really care if my name gets out there. I mean,
oh well, I mean, if he's fine with it,
My name
he's
is
fine with
Walter White.
Okay.
I live on Roar Lane.
it. But anyway,
my name's Walter White. Yo.
that works.
I don't know if I did it. I probably.
But you were
did, too.
saying you were glad to have Heath on
okay.
for
mainly because, if Mikey, you got something to add?
I beat the part that I've been doing for the last hour, so we get to finally move on. I'm sorry.
Okay. Like I'm really happy to have him here because he is a polar opposite of us. Basically, right? Like, cause me, I'm a hood rat. You know what I'm saying? I do dumb shit all the time. Heath is more of a community guy. So
yeah, no, he's a very good Samaritan.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. So
Well, I wouldn't say we're bad, but yeah, I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. I did it because it is someone. I guess you wouldn't call this public speaking necessarily, but it is someone that can speak and actually sound smart while speaking, which is something we don't have. Whenever he said audacity, it blew my mind. We usually don't use words that have over 2 syllables, and he just came out with that. So I was like, very, very articulate,
I mean,
man.
I'm still on
I
the.
think I just butchered that word.
I'm still on the education level where I have to like clap for syllables.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But the closest thing to smart we had was Mikey, and that was scary because he can't even put together an intro.
Yeah, dude.
No
folds.
retaliation. No
He's,
retaliation.
he's not paying
Okay.
attention.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention.
No Destiny 2, Ross's brain.
I'm actually bamboozled,
Bro,
dumbfounded at these
someone kick
absolute.
him.
Someone kick him.
Well, I agree because honestly, we kind of butchered the first half of this podcast besides Hensley. And it all started with our intro. I think if your intro's bad, the first half of the podcast is going to be bad. It's going to be butchered. And, yeah, it's kind of what happened here.
But that's the beauty of the Dumpster Fire podcast.
Well, actually, it's the ugly spot because, you know, Mikey would be the one to create the ugly spot because he's over there, for some reason, beating the controller with a sledgehammer playing Destiny 2.
Sorry. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, that is why I said you wouldn't.
Because we've moved on to better games.
But anyways, Hensley, I
Look,
do remember you saying, or me, you, and Aiden talking about this at lunch multiple times. What made you want to do a podcast? What you know? What got you into thinking in that line of thinking where you wanted to do one?
Well, it's like I always growing up wanted to be a YouTuber, but you have to show your face. You have to have good equipment. You have to have a good. You have to have a good. Shut up, Mikey. You have to have a good camera, and a good camera is really expensive. But if you can kind of hide your face and do something like a podcast, they don't really have any expectation for how you look or your camera quality. They don't have to worry about your annoying friends, unless they're on the podcast and they're doing the intro. And I just thought we were funny. I thought if we just sit around and just talk like we usually do, like we'd be successful. But obviously, some people's personality changes when they're on the podcast, and they can't stop playing a 12-year-old game. Might as well be playing GTA 5, honestly. They're about equal levels of dead.
Yeah, not the next gen version either.
Yeah, for real.
That's,
But I just thought we were funny. Thought we could pull it off.
and
Huh?
that's the thing. You know, that's why I wanted to do it because, like, you know, sitting around, you know, doing dumb stuff or just, you know, having a conversation. The amount of times I've said we should have this posted somewhere, or, you know, like, without, you know, obviously getting us canceled for some other reasons, but it's one of those things. I feel like we should be out there.
100%. And I guess that might be me having a really high ego or being so full of myself, but I do think a lot of the conversations that we just had, just sitting there talking, were really funny. And I do think some points in the podcast that we already have made, the episodes we already have made, some points were really funny. And I will be self-critical of myself. Some of those podcasts, there are minutes where it just drags on, it never ends, and it's not really as funny as I thought it was whenever I went back and watched it. I know, I'll be self-aware. Some parts are not funny, and it probably, especially right now, is really hard to watch the whole hour. But I feel like there is some funny parts, and we do some things very well for it to be our first 4 episodes. I mean, that's,
By
you know.
the way, our first episode, you know, was okay. You know, we had a slight echo we had to deal with. The second episode, I think, who wasn't there? You weren't there?
I wasn't there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was fucking terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
The third one, I feel like we picked up our game, and then now we're here. And I don't think we're having any issues, but I could be wrong. You know, with later up.
Time will tell, yeah.
Yeah, Tom will tell you on that.
No, third episode sounded the best. 100% sounded the best. But kind of like Hensley said, I think maybe we all kind of started there was whenever we were growing up, YouTube got really big at the time. That's what every kid wanted to be, whether they wanted to admit it or not. They wanted to be a YouTuber. Whether it was gaming YouTube, like Minecraft was really big whenever we was growing up. Still really big now, I guess. But anyways, whether it was gaming, whether you wanted to be like Dude Perfect in like the sports category, especially, like I said, where we were growing up, right as YouTube was taking off, like really, really taking off, we all wanted to be YouTubers. And kind of like Hensley said, instead of having all this major equipment and showing your face and being really good at a video game, there's these things called podcasts that just kind of came out of the blue and started blowing up.
Who has their phone on during work time?
What?
I heard someone's phone go off.
Billy was in the middle of pouring his heart out.
Yeah, whoever did that, shame on you. Anyway,
Well, it was Mikey's phone. You're excused.
My
Mike.
phone?
Anyway,
Bro,
Like I
Mikey,
said-
mute your mic.
I like this guy. See this, but anyway, nah. I just like I said, you didn't have to show your face, and all you had to do was on a podcast was A, have a funny conversation, and B, entertaining, or B, have an interesting conversation while being entertaining as well. And I felt like that probably would be pretty easy for us, especially since we got Hensley now. I think this podcast should just be celebrating Hensley, honestly. I'm feeling the energy right now.
I think it's kind of like that concept. We all wish that we had a movie of our friend group's funniest moments,
yeah,
and it would be
Oh,
like
yeah.
3 hours long.
A compilation, yes.
And it's just like we have it right here. We're recording, and right now it feels a little unnatural just sitting here because we know that we're being recorded, and we're not used to our conversations being recorded. We're kind of restricting ourselves. We're holding back from some things and some topics. But as we kind of get used to it and the idea that we're being recorded goes away, it'll kind of shift more into our normal conversations. And it'll kind of become one of those compilations of just us talking.
my biggest thing was listening to my voice afterwards.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel the same after this, after I go back and rewatch this podcast when it gets posted. I think I sound retarded.
Oh, 100%, I do too.
Can't use that word.
I think I sound mentally ill. Plus retarded. No. Anyway.
Okay.
But I do
So-
not like the way I
Oh,
sound.
shit.
What?
Okay. Keep talking. You're good. Keep talking.
I do not like the way I sound on a mic. Hensley, have you ever heard your voice on a mic?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I go back and I listen to my sermons after they get posted, and I'm like, wow. I would never listen to myself talk.
I am the exact same way. Like, Aiden will tell me after the podcast, by the way, Aiden, a great guy, he will say, Billy, you did really good. You carried this podcast. Hype me up to the extreme. I'm like, hell yeah, Aiden. So I'm going to go back and watch that podcast. And then in doing so, I do talk a lot. And I do try to keep it entertaining. And I do try to keep it to, flow real good. But I'll stutter on some words. I will take long pauses on some words. And then some words I can't even pronounce, and I'm just trying to look smart. But anyways, whatever the case may be, I also cannot stand the way I sound. So all at the same time where I might be carrying the podcast or talking the most or trying to keep the flow up and good and stuff and trying to make the podcast entertaining, all I'm thinking to myself while I'm watching back on it is, will this guy please shut up?
I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of got an idea of what we should talk about on today's podcast.
What's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, looking back, talking about sitting at the lunch table, senior year of high school,
Yes.
something that stood out the most about our lunches and our lunch table was just Mikey's absolute iron stomach
I think.
and
I think.
and what he would. Of course, I haven't watched all the episodes. You might have already talked about this.
I can't remember if we did or not.
I
I'm
don't. Unless I did on the second episode, Hensley, I honestly don't know.
No,
We
watch
haven't
that
talked
one.
about it.
I'm thinking of the specific time whenever Mikey chugged 4 lemonades in the
We
span
ha-
of 10 minutes.
We have touched on that, but it was just, if I recall, whenever we did talk about that, it was Aiden blurting something out random, and then Aiden also following up with blurting out, hey, Mikey chugged 4 lemonades and threw up at school. Like, it was something, like, it was really, there was no detail or backstory even given. Mikey, I think, tried to clear up a little bit of it, but I don't ever remember going into detail of any story about Mikey at the lunch table, but it was crazy.
My, like, The one thing I remember about Mikey, him picking up a whole pear, like the ones that he said, I don't know, is it a pear? I can't remember.
Yes.
But he
It's
just
a
grabbed the little squishy ones or whatever, and just all of it in his mouth. And I'm like, oh my god.
I have a video of when Mikey chugged the lemonade, and he was chugging in a race against Billy, and Billy beat him by like well over 5 seconds. And then I have a video of the aftermath, and Mikey looked absolutely defeated. And I guess we can post that on the channel.
Oh, 100.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our intro man. His people want to see his face. They're asking
And,
for it.
and mine, everybody, I wasn't defeated because, oh, wow, Billy just beat me by nearly 5 or 6 seconds. No, I was defeated by the fact that, like, I had drank about 4 cups of lemonade in under 2 or 3 minutes. And basically what happened was they thought, I was like, oh, look, he looks just absolutely defeated that I just lost to Billy. No. I was about to throw up because what happened was there was about 2 or 3 minutes before the bell rang for us to go to our next class. So I went up and I just left. I couldn't do it. I took about 3 steps out into the hall, and there's a bathroom, I would say just 10 or 15 steps to the
Left.
to the right, or like, just right in front of the cafeteria. Well, anyway, I got out and I threw up almost immediately, like in the bathroom, and then just left. And I felt bad afterwards. Like, I didn't even feel bad. I was like, okay. I'm good now.
Yeah, I felt really bad because first of all, I just got done saying that Aiden was a good guy. He's the biggest instigator I've ever seen in life. I told Mikey, I said, look, man, I'm going to beat you. I've had plenty of practice. Like that. There's nothing to be proud of, but I've had plenty of practice. I'm going to beat you chugging lemonade. And Mikey wanted to do it anyway. And after the first one, Mikey said that his stomach was feeling a little awkward. And Aiden was like, go again, I'll buy him another lemonade. Go again, let's go.
No.
So Mikey, giving in to peer pressure, got another lemonade. We chugged again.
Whoa. Let's back this up right now.
What's the definition?
I
of
never
peer
gave
pressure,
in to
Mikey?
peer pressure.
Hold on. We missed one important detail.
Okay, what's that?
There was a man, and I won't say his name, but he was extravagantly handsome and dashing, and he went and filled those lemonades up to the brim, and they were exactly the same and even. So it was an even matchup, and that man was me.
But you just said you wouldn't say his name. So
Shut up, Mikey.
Well, he didn't
You
say his
definitely
name.
lost.
His name is
Point-
Heath.
Point
The winners write
is-
history, okay?
Yeah,
Point
you're
is,
right, history.
I
Yeah.
never gave in to peer pressure.
Okay.
But what's the
but-
definition of peer pressure?
Like, y'all made me do it. Y'all didn't make me do it. I ain't just gonna. But I was just like, I ain't want to turn down a challenge. So I
Well,
but
That's what I'm saying. Aiden knew you were stubborn and you wouldn't just give up if someone wanted to see something
yeah, so I
done.
feel like that's different than peer pressure. Because like, it would have been peer pressure. Like, no, I don't want to drink those lemonades. And they'd be like, no, come on, man, we're gonna kick you out of the table if you don't kick or drink the lemonades. No,
He bamboozled you.
I didn't.
Got in your
I
head,
wanted to drink them
Mikey.
anyway.
Yeah, he got in your head anyway.
So, basically, when I was saying you looked defeated, I meant, let me translate real quick. You were in complete and utter agony for like
Oh, yeah,
5
I
minutes.
was. I hated.
He was
I
questioning
hated
his
it.
life.
But let it be
He
known.
wouldn't move.
Let it be known. I would do it again if we were back in that scenario and I had to do it over. I'd do it again.
Was you?
Yeah.
I would hate to. If I threw up, no.
Yeah, Mr. Mountain Dew.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do that again. I haven't drunk Mountain Dew since.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would do it again.
But Mikey went on to drink 4 lemonades, got beat every time, drunk them under the table, and he threw up. And the thing that I didn't want to say is that after the 4th time that me and Mikey did it, like Mikey was saying that he felt terrible, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Billy won by a landslide," and then they were all laughing at Mikey because Mikey looked, like Hensley said, so defeated. I didn't want to say at this time. My stomach started to hurt. I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted to get out of the lunchroom as soon as possible and try to walk it off. I said I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to seem weak because I'm the chug guy. It brings the party together. Whatever
Water,
party you're
right?
at, it could be completely
Water,
dead.
Yeah,
Water.
water bottles, like
Water.
slams them down.
Like at Blaine's birthday party, it started off a little flat. I just started chugging gallons and gallons of water.
Speaking of Aiden, on my birthday party, he instigated a lot of shit.
He instigated me chugging every single different type of water we had there.
And then he looked at me and goes, "You want to let this happen? You want to let him beat you like that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Correct me if I'm wrong. After y'all got super hydrated and well nourished with that H2O, didn't y'all come to the football game?
Not that time.
It wasn't that night, but we did get super hydrated that night too. Me, Blaine, and James did.
Yep.
The water was basically seeping through his eyes.
Yeah,
It was insane.
I was trying to keep my head like on my shoulders. I was really freaking out. Not
He
because
was way overhydrated.
Not because I was, yeah. I wasn't hallucinating or anything. It was just like there was an SOO officer there, and like just different stuff was going through my head at the time.
We have a water ban.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we have a water ban
We
at our
live in
school.
Flint, Michigan. The
Oh.
water was.
Doxed. We're doxed. We're doxed. Position
Oh,
revealed.
yeah.
Good job,
Make sure
Mikey.
to Come to Flint, Michigan. Come to Flint, Michigan.
Kind of like the
The
rock.
water tastes great.
But whenever I look back on that, I'm like, why did I do that? It was kind of pointless and retarded. But the birthday party thing, no, I don't regret that at all. That was fun.
No, I'm not saying
I would like
regret
to
it.
point out, just for a second, that I randomly out of the blue said we're just kind of like the rock, and no one questioned what I was even saying.
I mean, I think I'm at the rock sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Well, like,
I don't.
so you don't know what you mean by that.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Did bro just put his mic in a
I think
cave?
you did. He was
what?
getting chastised by comparing himself to Wayne the Rock Johnson, dude. And he just put his mic down.
This mic went so far
I
out of
can't-
reality
I
over that lie.
Yeah, but I don't regret it though. I was just making the point that a chug brings everyone together because, like I said, that the party was kind of flat.
We have found ourselves in that so many times, so many different situations where I'm trying to outdo you.
Oh yeah, 100%. Me and Blaine try to outdumb each other a lot of the times just to make everyone else laugh and make everyone else have a good time. But I chugged the first one, and like Blaine said, Aiden was like, "How about you try to chug another water?" And I'm like, "Deal." So I chugged the second one, and Aiden was like, "Hey Blaine, you gonna let him out chug you with this water?" And Blaine was like, "Not on my birthday, I'm not."
And then
Bet.
I fell into the pool with the water in my hand, and then it went underwater. And I picked it up, and he goes, "Don't drink that." I go, "I will fuck it," and I just downed it. I drank pool water.
Yeah, it had bleach and everything in it. Like,
But
It's kind of crazy how you dip the water into the water, and you were the hydration and the osmosis occurring must have been insane.
Just for the record, me and Billy do not have a water problem anymore. We don't.
yeah. We don't do that. We don't.
Are y'all
hydrate.
now dehydrated?
Yeah, we
Yes.
are now dehydrated.
We are very.
What do you say, Blaine? 6 months dehydrated?
Yeah, I
about.
have none this year. No water.
That's what I'm
this year.
saying. No water this year.
Two differently changed people. No water.
Yeah.
Don.
Can we take just a second again to roast Mikey because he is still playing Destiny 2?
Yes. Go ahead.
Bum.
What? That was a good roast.
Man, really got me at heart.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad we made this decision. I like this.
Making fun yeah.
of
No, I do. It's one more person. It's one
Mikey
more
said they're
person.
making fun of me?
Yeah, it's one more person
Y'all
to
did
do
that
that.
before Heath was here. I mean,
Yeah, but he just brings it together.
Yeah, he just.
It's like me and Billy I throw the ball to Billy hits it, and then Heath just
throws it in my face.
yes, he catches it and just throws it at you.
Okay, so does the audience know about Mikey's dark little secret? Or are we keeping that, the dark little secret?
Are you talking about the thing to do with the closet?
Oh, no, the other one.
I don't know what my dark little secret is, so.
Yeah,
actually-
I actually do not know. I don't know how to bring this up.
I'm adopted?
Oh, that one?
You heard it here
Is that-
first, folks. The intro man is adopted.
I am adopted.
Yeah, I think that was our first episode. We brought that up.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know, Mikey is a man of many talents, but his downfall is that he is adopted.
Yeah.
So he's
By the
not-
way,
Hey.
anyone else think that was weird in high school?
What?
That Mikey was adopted?
No, not that Mikey was adopted. That Mikey started making jokes about himself being adopted, and he was so cool that everyone else made jokes about him being adopted.
I don't necessarily think that was
Um,
weird.
I thought it was kind of
I don't
crazy
see why that was
that
weird.
John, shout out John, really tried making everyone believe that he believed Mikey was an orphan.
Honestly, that was the worst thing that ever happened. Like, you're an orphan, but I'm not gonna say what I said to him, but you know,
You called him fat.
I did. Basically.
Hey, but shout out John. He's lost like 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Still big.
We bro.
See,
Okay.
see,
Okay.
see.
Shout down, John, bro. Shout down, bro. I'm shouting him down.
Is it the
Yeah,
orphan's
John.
pain that still like sticks in your craw? Or
Nah, nah.
well, let's
Yeah, let's
Like,
go back
like,
to the
if you
first
went-
thing.
Oh my god. No, okay. My first relationship, they could pass as a boy. Y'all know what I'm talking about? They probably could have passed as a boy.
I know who you're talking about, and if people know you, they know who you're talking about, and it's going to get back around to him or her, and they're going to be deeply offended.
No, I don't. No, y'all
And-
gonna have to hint around the bush. I wasn't there.
I don't know.
I was going to make a joke, but it was going to sound really racist, probably because it is racist. But
Yeah,
No, I
that was
didn't.
bad.
Was
Yeah.
it John?
Was it John?
John,
It was John. It was definitely John.
Yeah, it was definitely.
No, it was Gary. Wink. 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 Like, I'm winking. But it's,
Well, I mean, we get that 'cause you should wink like 75. I mean, Mikey, I know who it is.
yeah, I know you know who it is.
I don't know. They don't.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah.
It's fine.
Did you just text him during this podcast?
No, I don't have a phone. I have a
Mikey-
Kindle Fire.
Mikey,
I
why
busted
did-
out the Kindle Fire.
Mikey, why did it look like you were in a closet in that picture?
Because my room has really bad sound. It bounces a lot, so I record.
They call Mikey Foxy.
Okay, guys. Speaking of a closet, whoa, weird transition, but hold on. Walk with me for just a second.
No,
Walk-
He said, "Walk with me." Go ahead.
My first gaming setup ever. Hear me out.
Okay.
I
It's in your
couldn't
closet.
stand when my little brothers would come in the room and be like, "Can I play?" No, obviously not. That's why it's in my room. Get out. And then I have to drop kick them. But so to eliminate that, I put my whole gaming setup, including the dresser that my PlayStation sit on, inside of the closet, in the under the clothes. And then I would go in there and shut the door to play video games.
Hi.
I know that sounds like I was a bum, but it's actually very
I've
peaceful.
heard people doing that before.
What was your guys' first game console?
Nintendo 64.
GameCube.
Wait, no, not the Nintendo 64. Was it? Let me look it up.
Game Boy.
Mine was the game. Yeah, the Game Boy.
No, I had a PSP.
Is that the little ones you put the disc in, like the
Yeah.
handheld one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I had that one. Yeah,
PlayStation
that was
Portable.
mine.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot all about that.
Oh, we just got copyrighted for saying
No.
PlayStation. Oh, we just
No.
got copyrighted again.
No, I had the original Nintendo, like the gray brick. I had that. That was my. You could play like Mario 64 on it, the Goonies, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then I got a Wii next. And I think I got a DS or 2 DSs. So I was just that kid. I was that guy.
I remember there for a while, like the way it was told and how everyone made jokes before they got on the Mikey being adopted thing was that the only source of technology Mikey ever had in his house was a Kindle Fire.
Mm-hmm. I had the Kindle Fire for a long time.
Okay.
I don't even
That's
know where
what-
it is right now.
I want to go back for just a second.
Okay.
I'd just like to clear up the fact I don't hate Mikey. I don't even dislike Mikey.
I hate me.
It what?
That's a whole nother
Take
issue.
it back now.
I don't hate me. But honestly,
It has no segue. I know we're jumping back and forth through different topics, but a comment that Heath made earlier. Can we just name this episode "A Walk with Heath"?
Yes, I like that. What do you like? What do you guys think?
I don't want nothing to have to do with him, bro.
Well,
Not
walk
after
with
the
me here.
comments he said.
I'm walking.
So, Mikey, it's already edited out. It literally, after it's edited out, doesn't exist anymore.
I don't
Moment did
know.
not even happen in history.
I don't know. Like us talking about Mikey being gay and different stuff like that. That's kind of our best material.
Yeah.
So you arguing that we should keep it?
Okay,
Well,
listen.
I'm not trying to make the argument that we should keep it.
The best.
I'm just trying to like light a fire under Mikey so he'll talk more and make the podcast more entertaining. Because if he comes up something better than that material, then we can edit it out and we'll just keep what Mikey said. But he's just gonna have to step up his game as intro man and outro man, be more entertaining so we can cut that out. Because I don't want to leave it in there. You think I like making fun of Mikey?
So wait, can I get a promotion to middleman?
To what?
Middleman.
Can I get the middleman? Generally we're in the middle of the podcast, so can I have a promotion to middleman?
Who's the middleman?
Well,
right
you three
now.
are doing the main talking.
Bro,
So y'all are middleman.
What's
we need
up,
a
dude?
theme song.
We do need a theme song.
Mikey, sing.
If you sing, you can be the middleman.
Say.
Bro, someone's mic is echoing. Fix it now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Oh, so proudly we stand.
Oh my.
I don't remember that.
Dude doesn't know the Star Spangled Banner?
My bad. I'm not a real American. I'm actually from.
Whoa now.
Row your
Is that still
boat
echoing, Heath?
down the stream.
What'd you say?
Is it still echoing?
Nah, it's good now.
Okay. I don't know. That was weird. I
Yeah,
never heard
that
it.
was weird too.
So what I think we're gonna have to do. I think that we're gonna have to. So y'all film once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to kind of write our episodes
Okay.
so that it does have some uniform, like not like write it word for word, you know what I mean, but kind of give us some points to talk about, kind of have transitions.
Now, okay, I was totally, yeah, no, I was totally against that, to be honest, at the beginning, but after these 4 episodes, I kind of see what Mikey and you were talking about now.
Not only Mikey and him, I actually had a talk with Aiden, our other co-host, which Mikey failed to acknowledge. But I had a talk with him, and he said that he would like to have some type of uniform throughout the episodes. And I didn't think it was going to be a bad idea, but I was just kind of rolling with whatever. Because, like Kinsley brought up, we're filming 1 time a week until we get good. I feel like it'll be until we get good. Because I think if we ever get good at this whole thing, like, not saying we're terrible now, but I feel like if we ever get good at this whole thing and get confident in it, we'd probably film more than once a week, and plus we would definitely have to have some uniform throughout the episodes.
I love how this was
Yeah.
not brought to my attention. You guys talking about it. But, like, if you wanted that, like,
Because this is what it was. Aiden brought it up, and I said, yeah, that would be cool, but we're
But
just
no one
4
listens,
episodes in, or we're just 3 episodes in at that point, and I was like, I'm just trying to get used to this.
He's trying not to get fired.
Trying to keep my spot as middleman. Because if I leave, then Mikey will be middleman, and no one wants that.
Well, we all want merch with his face on it, right?
trash bags.
Trash bags.
Trash bags.
Look at
Mikey-
Hensley doing his homework before coming on.
Mikey spot for
Yeah.
president.
So let's talk about that for just a second.
Yep.
So I was doing my homework before I got on here because hardworking, middle lower class college student. Getting the life sucked out of me. Really just getting kicked while I'm down here in college. And to beat it all, it was art homework. How do you do homework in art? Beats me. I had to show someone a piece of art and basically be like, what do you think about this? And then write it down. Tell me why that helps me.
What if they said it was bad? Did you get a bad grade?
Then I would write.
Right.
Wait, did you make the piece of art, or did you pick out a random piece of art?
Nope, I had to pick out a piece of art.
Well, see, I
Unfortunately,
mean,
they told me I was not allowed to present my own art to the class.
that is a bummer. Because this podcast is a form of art, and you could just show them this. And they would have been like, oh, man, that's the best thing I ever heard in my life. That intro needs work, but it's good. But anyway.
Can we all take a second just to show Mikey some love for just a second?
I don't
No,
know
I
if
don't
that's
want your
possible.
Are we allowed to do that?
I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Mikey, it's okay. You're in denial. That's the first
I don't
stage. Everyone just
Hensley and Mikey, you can come with your plea case if you want to, but wait until I get done. But Hensley, you must know that it was the very first episode, correct me if I'm wrong, Blaine, that Blaine decided to have the wonderful idea to bring up music.
Oh God.
And Mikey went on to bomb this episode for like 30 to 45 minutes, where he put a rapist in his top 10. He put Lil Nas X in his top 10. It was actually top 3. And he put Queen in his top 3.
I don't remember the little lyrics.
my brother in Christ.
So,
Who was the rapist?
Rex Orange County.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. For real?
And let me rehash a little bit. Let me rehash a little bit.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, like, I don't think it was confirmed. I think there were allegations at the time, so I'm gonna do some little research and see if they ever got confirmed. Because I'm pretty sure they were all allegations.
But whether it's allegations or not, they were in your top 10.
Top 3. We just doing
Top
top
three.
3. I was being stupid
okay.
saying top 10.
This is my argument. This is my
Top 3
argument.
bands or
Just
Music in
in general. We was just talking about music.
What was that?
Man, I'm sorry for having an original the people that I like, and they're not all the same people
No,
that y'all like.
I respect that, but Hensley,
Bro, I
listen.
love Rex Orange County, but
Oh shit.
Oh God, no.
Oh, yo,
did until he became a rapist.
Okay.
That's good that you said that. Anyway, no, this is what I want to point out the most, Hensley. If you haven't heard about this or watched this part of the podcast, like I said, it was the very first one. So anyway, Mikey went on to say Rex Orange County. None of us knew who that was, so we were cool with it. You know, it was cool. No one really made a big deal about it because, like Mikey said, he was being original. Everyone likes what they like. So that being said, Mikey went on to say after he said his name, he is being accused of rape, but he didn't do it. Free my man, Rex Orange County. He said this without knowing any prior knowledge about the cases. Blaine looked it up, and not only was it one case of sexual assault, it was 6 cases of sexual assault.
My gosh.
After Mikey said, free my man, Rex Orange County. Think about this, Heath. If he only raped half of those women he was accused of raping, that's still 3 rapes. That's a lot of rapes.
Yeah. That's 3 more than the average person.
Exactly.
That's 3 more than what's acceptable.
Unless you're a black famous comedian that doesn't cuss in his acts.
Will Smith.
I was talking about Bill Cosby, but Will Smith. Actually, I'm not gonna say Will Smith works because I don't know if he's ever raped anyone or not.
Nope, I don't know either. I just said that. Funny
Okay.
aha moment.
Funny aha moment.
Funny aha moments.
Well, keep his name out your mouth.
So we will have to check up on the case because he doesn't face court until January 3rd of next year.
Honestly, I don't even know if I want to keep checking on the case. I don't want to give this bozo any more shine than what he deserves. And I know we got like maybe 3 listeners, but still, like, I don't really want to keep bringing this up.
Our 3 fans are
By the way, they're the best 3 fans ever.
yeah.
But
They deserve more.
mom, dad, siblings, love you guys. No. When did you say his court date was, Mikey?
The 3rd.
January 3rd of next year.
I ain't really trying to start my year talking about a rapist.
Speaking of court,
Okay.
Well, this is a heck of a segue.
let's talk about the basketball court.
Oh, that was good.
So,
That was good.
so I went to the UT Tennessee Tech game,
Mm.
which is an undisclosed amount of miles and time from my house. Uh,
I mean, if we live in Flintlock, Michigan, that's a hell of a long time.
yeah, for real. I walked too.
Okay.
So UT absolutely pummeled Tennessee Tech. Uh, and something I realized was I was the only person there who wasn't wearing orange for UT.
Even like, wait, was it at Tech or UT?
It was at UT. I thought I was going to get murdered. Also, you know what else I realized? Knoxville is one of the worst places on earth to drive, to park, and to walk. It is all uphill. The whole thing.
He is just shaming Knoxville right now.
It
I
is
live in Flintlock, Michigan.
it it is harder to walk in Knoxville than to listen to 3 consecutive Mikey jokes. Okay, listen. Walk with me here.
I'm walking.
I'm walking.
I was just kidding. Mikey is funny. Mikey's funny, but walk with me here. He is still playing Destiny 2 right now.
That is pretty funny.
I don't care. I really don't. You know what I was gonna play? I was planning on playing The Escapist 2, because I even bought it. Me and Aiden were gonna play it because it's multiplayer, but Aiden has yet to get on, and I don't think he is gonna get on today. So
Yeah, I think you just asked me.
Aiden, and I think the reason why I felt the need to preference this video with saying that Aiden's a really good guy is because I could just pretty much shit on him the rest of the time. Aiden does that. I mean, he is a complete clown when it comes to that. He will buy a game and tell you to buy a game, and once you buy that game with him, he'll say, we're going to play this and it's going to be fun. Aiden probably has 464 games that he has bought and never touched.
That's one less game than Day of the Year.
I will admit, I have that problem. I have, like, I like to buy games when they're on sale. You know, you're saving money, right? But it's like, I won't play, like, I think I bought, let's see, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, I bought like 4 games on my computer within, like, I think last week, and I've only ever played like one of them, but they were on sale. Like, they were like 80% off, so I only paid like $2 for them. But, like, you know, I have a bad habit of like buying games when they're on sale.
I
Like, oh, I'll play them later.
I just recently bought Phasmophobia, and I've yet to play it. I got it when it was on sale.
But Aiden doesn't even do it when it's on sale. He does it with every game. What were you saying, Heath?
Yeah.
I spent $60 on a hunting game because I wanted to reminisce my childhood playing Cabela Big Game Hunter, and I paid $60, and the mechanics were awful. And
Did you buy, what's that one popular hunting game, Blaine?
Call of the Wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I bought,
I
and
don't-
it was
I don't
it was
like that
awful. It was awful.
Oh,
I
funny.
do.
Aiden's
Listen,
brother. What's up?
I can respect them trying, and they made it very realistic to real life. But the thing about a hunting game is if you want to hunt and it be realistic, you're just going to do it in real life. The reason people hunt on video games
Illegally.
is just so they can kill a big buck. You don't want to have to track an animal for 4 hours after shooting it in the heart.
Not even that, dude. Like, half of that game is you just sitting there, you know? It's like, if I wanted to go out, waste my time, you know, I'd rather sit outside in, like, real life than in my room looking at nothing for 4 hours.
Also, everybody, I have gotten off Destiny 2.
I don't believe you.
I didn't know that.
But, anyway, what I was going to say about that game, Heath, Aiden's brother, okay,
Okay.
absolutely loves that game. And he has begged me to play it. I played it one time with him, and I hated the experience because, you know, he's really big into, like, making the game feel like real life. And I'm like, dude, let's go, you know, hop on a four-wheeler and do some illegal stuff.
My man
on this
wants
game.
he wants to do all the things in real life on a video game.
Exactly. Like, he has the power to do it in real life, but he just don't.
Yeah, Aiden's little brother plays Farming Simulator.
Isn't he crazy about farming sim?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it's brought up.
L-
Yeah.
Yeah,
let me
like-
explain what he
like,
told me the other
look.
day.
I would.
He said He spent 8 hours on Farm Sim on one field. Could you guys do that?
My man is putting in real hours.
Heath, could you play Farm Sim for 8 hours
There
straight?
are some.
I
Okay.
couldn't play Farm Sim for 1 hour,
I couldn't either.
if I'm being honest. I
But
look out my window and I see that every day. The video game, people want to realize it or not, a video game
Farm Sim IRL.
is more than something you just do. It's an escape. It's something that relieves your stress. It's kind of like, I hate to say video games are art, but some of them are. And
100,
people
yeah.
are going to sit out here and play Farm Simulator where you plow a field for 10 hours. Bro, go out and earn some money doing that in real life. If you're
Yeah.
going to look at a screen and harvest hay for 10 hours, go out and do it. For real, dude.
See, that was my point. But he can't play any other games with us. You know, he can play that for maybe like 5 minutes. And then he goes, all right, I'm hopping on Farm Sim. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Consuming him.
I just like how we haven't even disclosed his name, which I'm not saying we should, but we have absolutely shit on Aiden's little brother for a little bit of this
I
podcast.
don't know. I do it in real life. I figure
Yeah, I mean, no, I do it in real life too, but
Heath hates it.
Well,
Heath had a major beef
Well
with him in
deserved.
high school.
He,
well
yeah.
deserved.
Listen, the thing about it is he started out super cool. You know, I met him my sophomore year, which I guess he would have been like what, an 8th grader
Yeah,
or
something around that.
something like that. And he was funny and he was chill, but then he grew and he became not as funny anymore.
I'm just mad
Or maybe
that
it's
he's
just
like,
because I was jealous because he was like 6 inches taller than me.
he's 6, like 3 or 4, and doesn't play any sports. So I mean,
Yeah, what a waste. You
Yeah.
know? No, I'm just kidding. Love that dude. Shout out that dude. We made amends at the end of the year.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
No, that's actually good to hear. I didn't know that.
I forgave him for being who he was.
That's
no,
wild.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, it was really wild for me because me and Aiden's been friends for a while, and of course, like any other friend that you would have during that time, if they had a little brother, you know, you would also have to hang with them and, you know, become their friends. I guess you wouldn't have to, but usually that's what happened.
Especially
So, you know,
like in that situation where they're like that close.
yeah, I remember Aiden's little brother, whenever me and Aiden first started hanging out, he was like, I don't know, 10, something, you know, he was still, you know, a child at this point. And of course, I mean, I was just turned like, I don't know, 13, 14. But anyway, he was like a walking embodiment of Bambi. You know, he didn't cuss, he didn't do anything. Like, he was,
He was a good kid.
yeah, he was a really good kid, as good as a kid could get. Well, me and Aiden stopped talking there for a little bit. And then, like, I just didn't really hang out with Aiden outside of school there for the longest time. So, fast forward a couple years, Austin gets into high school. This is the first time I've actually seen Austin in person in a minute, like in a huge minute. First time I've seen Austin. Of course, he grew like 7, 8 inches since I've seen him last. And then this dude, not saying there's nothing bad with it, because I mean, I cuss. Everyone besides Heath in this podcast cuss. And, you know, not saying anything wrong with that. But it was just a huge jump from what he was whenever he was little. Of course, I know he grew up, but it was like, I don't know, kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah, and like I think all of us used to tower over him. Now he just towers over all of us. So
Yeah, like I said, like he was a very good kid. And then whenever I met him the very next time, like, you know, he
was
you
like
know,
us.
He would cut. Exactly, he was kind of like us, and he would make like a lot more gay jokes than what I was comfortable with. But you know,
Yeah, he didn't like Mikey.
Huh, I wonder why.
I was hoping Mikey would respond to that, but I guess he won't.
Something I do dislike about the modern age that we live in, and it's
Just
changed.
not about that.
It's changed even since we've been alive. Used to, when you had a friend, when you go to their house, it wasn't a big deal that you would hang out with like their older siblings, or if their younger sibling wanted to hang out, they would hang out. Like everyone was just friends. But now, as times went on, it's kind of seemed like you're really split off into your age with your age, and there's not really friends between older siblings and younger siblings.
Right.
Like I remember I'd go to one of my buddies' houses and his brother was like 6 years older than me. But we'd all have like a Nerf war. But in today's age, it's just kind of seen as lame to play with your younger siblings' friends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
I'm very philosophical, so walk with me here.
I'm,
That's gonna be the name of this podcast, right? A
Yeah.
walk with Heath.
yeah.
Okay, so walk with me here.
I'm walking.
So we all know that Mikey is gonna be the first one to be kicked off the podcast. We know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did this even segue? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
hold
all
on,
for
hold on.
making. Okay, go ahead.
Walk.
I'm walking.
Okay.
Let
Do,
that.
do I need to stay here?
Yes.
Since I'm-
Yes,
okay.
for sure.
Jog
I'm,
up,
t- I'm,
Billy. You're kind of behind.
I'm gonna say something good about you, Mikey. But after he leaves, it won't be the same. Walk with me here. Okay? I think we need to give Mikey a little bit more recognition for his intros and his outros, because we would all stutter around. And he doesn't have electricity, but he has that undying spirit. He is flamboyant. He is. What's another?
Charismatic.
Charismatic.
Yeah, you've reached my peak education.
He is. He is handsome. Wait, hold on. What do I mean? What do I mean
Let's
by
flip to the
that?
script real quick. Hold on.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not anymore.
Heath, to add on to that, I will say to give Mikey. By the way, I gave his intros and outros a little recognition in the third
I do
episode,
shit on 'em.
and then I continue to do everything better. But anyway, I will say this. I will disclose this. Whenever we first made the very first episode, I tried to do. You can ask Blaine. It was embarrassment. Blaine tried to do the intro. Everyone completely shut Blaine down. Blaine shut himself down. Like, nope, that's not it. I tried to do the intro a good 70 times. They were stupid. I stuttered. They sounded terrible. So after we scrapped the intro about 8 different times, between me and Blaine trying, Mikey's like, I got this. Mikey does it once. Sounds perfect. Blaine saying he wasn't recording. So then he says, Mikey, can you do it again? Mikey does it again, nails it. And after Mikey does it, we have nothing to talk about. It was dead space. We had no direction. So we scrapped it again. Mikey, can you repeat the very same thing that you just did twice in a row to an excellent degree a third time?
Okay, so let's get off this topic real quick. So basically,
You didn't say it.
the whole thing you were mentioning was basically Mikey's resilience, right?
I don't know what to do.
Exactly.
I'm not walking with you.
Okay, walk with me.
There you go.
Okay. So we were speaking on Mikey's resilience, how basically you knock him down, he keeps coming back, and I feel like that circles back towards the beginning of the episode when we were talking about the lemonades and the iron stomach and eating all this disgusting food and shoving whole pears in his mouth, and it was.
We're good pairs.
Mikey is a very resilient man, and just to give an idea of all of the impossible things in which he ate, I want to name something that was the very beginning point of his food career. This was sophomore year of high school. It was me and Mikey. We were sitting next to each other, and across the table was one of our buddies named Gavin. I don't know if y'all talked about Gavin on here,
I've not.
but Gavin is he's pretty similar to everyone on here. He is a man. Not that matters, but he is a man. And
It does.
it was
No woman allowed.
lasagna day at school. Everyone loves lasagna. Gavin decides it would be funny if he was going to act like
Oh,
he would
I know
knock
what
over
this is.
Mikey's milk into his lasagna. So he's like fake hitting around, makes Mikey flinch a little bit. I guess that made Gavin flinch a little more. Spills his milk all over his lasagna. I will just let it be known right now that I was absolutely disgusted by the sight on that tray. It looked like lasagna cereal. And I watched as that man, without hesitation, took his fork and ate the whole thing in one sitting. So what will you know the next day? It's lasagna again. Mikey decides to switch it up and get chocolate milk today.
No. Oh,
So
no.
Gavin this time, he just cuts right to the chase. Mikey opens it, Gavin snatches it straight out of his hand and just pours it on everything. So Mikey was a little bit more hesitant this time. He said he would not be caught eating that food. And then he sat there for about 5 minutes and watched us eat. So Mikey decided that he would eat the chocolate flavored lasagna. And he drank the milk out of the tray.
No shot.
Okay, hold on.
Ew.
I will say I don't remember waiting that long because knowing me, I probably would have definitely just went straight to it. I don't remember waiting that
See,
long.
but
I
the
just,
point, the reason I mentioned the part where you waited was because that was the turning point in Mikey. That was the turning point in who
this is
you
what I'm
were.
going to be known for.
That you said you looked and you saw your misfortune in which your chocolate milk was not only wasted, but it was also spilt on your whole tray. And you looked at that and you said, I'm about to make this a huge part of my personality. And you devoured it. And senior year, it seemed like the topic of almost every day at lunch was what you had ate that day. Not only what you had ate, but how much you had ate. And still remained a healthy young man.
I wouldn't say
So,
healthy, but like,
So I think we should clap it up for Mikey.
And Hensley, I will say that I am not only walking with you, I'm going to turn this into a jog because I like how you did this because we started off this podcast and I said this podcast is going to be celebrating Hensley's debut on the podcast. Clap it up for that.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know who the delayed clap is. I can only guess. But anyway. But this podcast actually turned out to be about Mikey because everything Hensley just said is true. Mikey is a resilient human being. I watched this dude play football for 1 year. I will be honest with you guys. Mikey wasn't good at football. Sports just wasn't Mikey's thing. I'm not trying to... This is actually not even me making fun of Mikey. But this man showed up to every practice, every game, and he never, ever quit. Furthermore, as I seen Mikey grow and mature over the years, this man always made it work. It didn't matter. He is the only person, and I'm not trying to bring up Mike, because Mikey is sensitive about this a little bit. I'm not trying to bring up anything. I won't even say what the main gimmick was. This man is the only man that could go to a high school full of rude, cruel teenagers, wear all denim, and be entertaining with it. Because he entertained everyone. No matter where you went, people were talking about Mikey wearing all denim. They were laughing about it. They were laughing with Mikey.
In a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They were laughing with Mikey. They wanted to be a part of that. They wanted Mikey to acknowledge them, it seemed like. Like Mikey was a rock star. The rock star of denim, if there was such thing. Whether it was football, because he earned my respect in football, whether it was making denim work in high school, or anything you really did, like Hensley said, there for a while, maybe it's where there's nothing going on at our school, but the main point of conversations, what did Mikey eat for lunch that day?
I remember at one point we had spaghetti that day, and I vividly remember eating like 3 trays of spaghetti.
Yeah, one of
Just-
them was mine because I hate spaghetti.
Yeah,
So
it was good. Like most people are like, oh, I just eat it to be funny. No, I enjoyed every bite of that spaghetti.
I remember one day I decided I was going to try to do what Mikey done. I took a pear, and I'd been dared to do it. I'm not a sociopath. I don't have the skills of Mikey. Uh, I had been dared, and that's why I was going to do it. So I put this pear in my mouth, and I instantly start to. Actually, I don't start to do anything. I stop breathing. My jaw locks up. It is covering my windpipe.
Wait.
My tongue can't move. Mikey was there. I was legitimately dying, but I was not going to let anyone know that I could not breathe. So even after I finally got it moved enough to where I could chew a little piece off and get it moved out of my airway, I was dying trying to do what Mikey could do, and I was going to die before I told anyone that Mikey was outdoing me.
If I remember correctly, I think I managed to fit like a whole pear in my mouth, like just. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
like because
that's kinda
they
weird.
they always had like half pears or like they had like half of they halved them.
Yeah.
I just slapped two of those together side by side and whole thing, and unlike Keith over there, I could just chew it up and swallow it and eat another one.
Bro,
Good
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying. Mikey was so outgoing. He outdid everyone, everything. Like I said, so many people wanted to be a part of the Mikey train in high school. Like, even whenever he was talking and making fun of himself about being adopted, everyone wanted in on it. Everyone, like I said, he always made everyone laugh. But, like, even in classrooms, because like, especially whenever it's the first couple weeks of school, people don't really know the teacher. They'll be like, class, can you tell me what this is? No one wants to talk to this stooge up here trying to teach. Like, we're here for 7 hours. We know that. We're in a bad mood. We had to wake up at 7 o'clock this morning. We didn't want to go to school, and we definitely didn't want to answer this dude's questions. If I had Mikey in my classroom, I never had to worry, because usually if no one would answer a teacher, he's like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to call on someone to pick. If I had Mikey in my class, I knew that I would never have to worry about the situation, because Mikey, without a doubt, answered the teacher and read anything the teacher asked every single time. He was a leader in the classroom. Like, whenever there was a question asked, we all just looked at Mikey, and Mikey would be like, I got this, guys. You can take a chill pill.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't do it because I was just
Yeah,
like,
he was a
oh,
throat
I don't
goat.
want to be like teacher fat. No, it was this. If we like, because you're not talking about like, oh, we have to be there for 7 hours. Like, if we have to be there in a class for at least an hour, like, it's not gonna make it any less boring if none of y'all say anything to the teacher, because then it's just gonna make the teacher angry. So you might as well like, and eventually they're gonna call on somebody. So like, you might as well just say it or do whatever they want because it's just gonna be boring for everybody else. So
Okay.
I've got an idea for the future podcast.
Okay.
So this episode has really transitioned, and we can cut we could probably cut most of the first part of it out. We've been talking for a while now.
Yeah, I was about to say we're ending the near end of the episode. So
But I think we should take an episode to just kind of give everyone a good idea of who the members of the podcast really are.
I'm glad you said that because I was actually thinking about that, Heath.
Because this one's about Mikey. Everyone knows they know he will eat anything. They know that
He sucks
he
at
gets
sports.
he's not good at sports, but he still gives it his
He
all.
tries.
He tries. They know that he gets made fun of the most out of anyone in the group, but he's also the most loved, and that he is not caught up on the times because he is still playing Destiny 2.
I'm not even playing Destiny 2 anymore.
But you were
Like Skyrim,
like
an
5
even
minutes
older
ago.
game.
So, I think we really just need to take an episode for everyone and introduce, and not even really people introducing themselves. Of course, they'll have input and they'll speak on things, but just kind of who they are to everyone else.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Because just at the beginning saying, "Hey, this is my friend this, and this is my friend that," like his name is this and he does this, and only name one thing. People, I feel like, can connect more with people they know personally.
Yeah.
And kind of how they are viewed by other people
Yeah,
that's close to
yeah.
them. I think that's a great idea. Have us to tell stories about whoever we're trying to introduce or trying to get the audience familiar with. Have us just tell stories, like Hensley said, not be like, "Hey, this is my friend Billy," and just maybe say some random ass facts. Like tell stories, like we did with Mikey today. Because now we learned that Mikey, intro man, outro man, leader, and will never give up on you. Can we clap it up for Mikey, everyone?
Oh, I mean, I've already been up.
And he's adopted. Anyway,
And he's
so
adopted.
yeah, that's a very important part. That was part of his last stuff. And he could pull off denim. See, we just learned so much about Mikey. Now, like, we might get like 2,000 denim followers after this. You never know.
Yeah,
I don't even think I've wore a pair of blue jeans in a long time.
bro. Put them. You gotta underpower it, bro.
I don't hung.
Okay. Everyone.
Hold on. There's something we never even mentioned.
What's that?
Mikey released a single.
No.
Okay.
Alright,
buddy.
End
All
of
right,
it.
everybody. Well, we're gonna wrap this episode up real quick.
No, before we get the outro, though, I would like to
Yeah.
say, I mean, I don't know if Mikey and, of course, me and Blaine know because we see it, but I don't know if Mikey and Hensley know this. Hensley, do you know how long we've been recording?
Like an hour and a half.
Hour and 15.
Hour and 15. We said at the beginning of this we were just going to do 30 minutes. It might just be me speaking. Maybe you and Mikey felt the whole entire hour and a half. I did not. I was having a blast. I always have a blast with these things. Whether they end up turning out really good or really shitty. Time flies whenever we're doing this thing. And I would like to thank Keith for giving us his time.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
We'll clap that up.
Mikey, being a brilliant intro man and outro man and taking the abuse that he takes.
Yes, sir.
Blaine getting all of us together.
Yes, sir.
And I think we can stop thanking people after that.
And then Billy being Billy.
Well, you don't gotta thank me.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm-
everyone knows what I do. Yeah, screw Aiden, by the way.
Yeah,
Anyways.
for real. That's what I was about. I was just about to say that.
But he's a really good guy. Remember, I said that. So
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
really good
Great guy. Can't
Alright.
stand him. No, I'm just kidding. Love
Mikey,
Aiden.
give us an outro.
Yeah, give us the outro.
All right. Thank y'all, everybody, for listening to this episode, and we'll see y'all next time.
See you.